5, a former EMT for Stevens Point is accused of sexual assault. Thanks for joining us. I'm Melissa Langben. Now, the crimes allegedly took place at an area hospital. News 9's Isaac Dienison is live in Stevens Point with what we know right now.
Well, Melissa, the person accused is Mark Schoberly, who had been with the Stevens Point Fire Department for many years. However, we have been able to confirm he was not employed by the city at the time of these alleged crimes. According to a criminal complaint, Mark Schoberly is being recommended 3 felony sexual assault charges. 2 victims are involved, both identified as female, and both instances were alleged to have taken place at Aspirus Stevens Point Hospital, less than 10 days apart from each other in late March and early April of this year. According to the complaint, both victims recall Schoberly touching their breasts. This case had arrived at District Attorney Cass Cousins' office in an indirect way.
This particular case was actually investigated by the Waupaca County Sheriff's Office, and also that's due to prior employment, so there was a determination that there was a conflict for local agencies.
Schoberly had been with the Stevens Point Fire Department for years as an EMT, but retired last fall. That investigation out of Waupaca County claims he was an employee with Aspirus for both instances.
The law basically states that certain types of sexual contact when committed by a employee against a patient are a higher classification of crime.
Those 3 recommended charges are all second-degree sexual assault and each carry a maximum sentence of 40 years in prison and a maximum fine of $100,000. Cousins says they take every sexual assault case that comes their way seriously.
Because of the nature of the harm being both physical and emotional in nature, it's often very long-standing. Victims often have a great deal of fear and uncertainty and complicated emotions as a result, and so it's something that we pursue very aggressively.
Now, we reached out to Aspirus for comment, and they actually just got back to us with a quick statement. The involved individual was immediately removed from all employment duties, and Aspirus is cooperating fully with the investigation, and they are not going to comment any further at this time. Melissa.
Well, Isaac, with him having been a city employee, does anyone from the city have any reaction right now?
Yes, Melissa, I did also reach out to Mayor Mike Wiesa and Stevens Point Fire Chief J.B. Moody. Both were unable to comment, both telling me they did not feel comfortable addressing the allegations of a former city employee. Live in Stevens Point, Isaac Dienison, News 9 WAOW.